In the end, it's your own eye and your own vision, how you see something. Should I put this on? Yes, I do. Hi guys, welcome back to this video today. I don't know how to start, to be honest. So I wanted to tell you something about my photography journey and why I think at this point in my life, I'm not a professional anymore, at least not job-wise. You have to know that I started out actually in front of the camera. I worked in that business for a very long time. I do sometimes nowadays too. I think it was around 12 years ago that I found it interesting what's happening behind the cameras. I was asking myself, wow, what is that light? And what is this? And what is this doing? And I started out to be interested in all that stuff, and I started to learn about that stuff. Started to take pictures. Then back in that days, Facebook got really famous, and I just posted some random stuff on Facebook. One day people were asking me, oh cool, how much is a shooting? And I was like, what? But well, I was like, okay. And then I grew into that business slowly. There came this day where I was like, okay, I can live from what I do, really fulfilling me. And I really liked it, and it was all exciting, and I can create something with people. Then I have to say, I think it was around 3 years ago, something changed in my mind. I didn't feel that connected to my photography anymore that I wanted to be. And that kind of made me feel really depressed. You know, when you're an artist, you always have that questions in your mind, like, am I good enough? Will I make it? Can I pay all my stuff? But actually, I didn't want to do it anymore. The strange thing was, it came from one day to another. One thing that really gets me over the years, me as a human being, I'm very hard at handling disrespectful behavior. And even my communication skills really improved. But I was like, okay, I can't be with that kind of humans. I felt like the deeper I got into the business, the more I had to handle that kind of clients. Most of the clients were like sugar, really. Over the years, I just lost it in some way. I got really depressed because I thought, which is the worst thing for an artist, that I lost passion. I was like not even recognizing my camera for several weeks. Sometimes I didn't even want to shoot for several months. My thought was, I know I can, but I don't want to. I think there was a time where I totally shut down photography. Then I have to say, it sounds so cheesy, but when I first came in contact with the Fujifilm cameras, something changed in my mind again, because I think this took me out of my safe space where I was always doing the same stuff and using the same gear. Okay, there's other stuff I can do, and there's other stuff I can experience, and there's other ways how I can shoot. At first, of course, I was like, okay, is this the right thing that I'm doing right now? Then I thought, no, this feels so good. The magical thing that happened, that I was totally free in my mind of, I have to do something specific. Because when I started using Fuji, I saw myself and still see myself as a beginner. I don't know why, but it's a mindset thing for me. This camera is new for me, and I can't handle all the controls in like milliseconds, so I'm a beginner. To be honest, that made me feel so free. I felt so relieved of so many pressure that I had over the years. This gave me this feeling of, wow, I can shoot anything again. Not being bound to the imagination of doing a job. So this is how my photography went for the last, I think, 2 years or something. I just took my Fujifilm and I just went somewhere, or I just took it to a trip and I was just taking pictures. One thing that I really realized again, that was so important for me, and I need to take you back. When I was in high school, my art teacher, before I left high school, it was like one of the last times I saw her, she said to me, Marcus, I think you have a very, very unique eye and a very, very unique style of seeing things. At that time, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you so much. You know, I was a student and I was like, okay, cool, yeah. I still have this in my mind, saying this in the most grounded and humble way. Sometimes I see it in my pictures. I see it in pictures of other people. In the end, it's your own eye and your own vision, how you see something. I bet you have heard this many times before, but realizing it and seeing it and working with this was a magical experience for me again. Now I try to trust my eye. This is what I learned the last years in my photography, that I have to trust myself. I have to trust myself as an artist. Now at that time, I'm still not considering myself a professional photographer, although I know I was for many years. But at the moment, I just want to experience more and want to get better with the Fujifilm. I want to buy a bigger one or a more professional one, although the Fujifilm X-20, which I'm filming right now with, in my eyes, you can take professional pictures with it, but I want another one. maybe you guys can give me some help in the comments. I hope you liked the video today. Let me know in the comments what your experiences are with being an artist, being a photographer, having that kind of artist depression sometimes. Let me know. I would so love to connect with you. Yeah, and leave a like and a subscription. This helps a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.